In this video, I just want to introduce you to Drip, show you how to register, show you how to import your email list, and then just give you an idea of some of the key features that you'll probably want to start looking at when you first sign up. So I'll go ahead and register. There are free options, so as I say, you can subscribe for up to 100 subscribers absolutely free of charge, but you also can get a free trial if you do have more subscribers than that already, which is great. One thing I would suggest as you do sign up, whether you go for the free or paid plans, make sure to toggle either monthly or annually, whichever you prefer. I happen to actually not notice this when I signed up, and then when I did go to a premium plan, I suddenly got billed with 12 months, which is a bit of a shock. So I kind of always make sure you have a look at that and just probably toggle it to monthly. You can always do it annually at a later date, but just so that you don't get that big shock in case you do go onto a premium plan. So once you've toggled the pricing section that you want, go ahead and join. And I'll just pause the video at this point because you do have to enter your credit card details. Even if you're on the free plan, you have to enter them just so that if you do then go to premium one, it's all nice and simple for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video whilst I do that. And so once you've entered your credit card details, you just have to answer a few more questions, just a bit of information drip, trying to get an idea of what you're doing at the moment. So do you currently use a landing page provider? I'll put lead pages. Would you like to use Drip to market products and services? No, I just want to build my audience. And then next step. That'll get you nice and started quite quickly. So again, there's a process of adding some code to your site so that Drip can track your subscribers. If you're using Kajabi like I do, this automatically happens when you actually integrate with Kajabi. If you go into your Kajabi site, you'll see how to do that. But otherwise, you'll need to add this code into your site. There's also the option for WordPress, using the WordPress plugin, again, where you just put your account ID and it will automatically add that code in. So once you've done that, you can then check now. Mine hasn't actually done it because I don't want to do it at the moment, so you could also email it to your developer, so I'll just do that. So then send instructions, so if you don't know how to do it or you don't manage your website, you can get your developer to do it. And then you're through to setting up your account. And we'll just give it a few moments to set up. And just a few more moments. Perhaps it's not liking the fact that I haven't put the snippet in yet, but we'll just wait a moment. And there we go, we're all signed up for Drip, and straight away it's showing us one of the great features that I love about Drip, which is the automation and workflows, which again is probably one of the key reasons that most people do sign up. Having this visual builder is just amazing. So before we get to that though, what you'll probably want to do is to import your email list. So I'm going to head over to subscribers, and this is basically where your list is, but rather than it being several lists, it's just one large list which you can then save into segments and filter in dozens and dozens of ways. But before you do that, you obviously need to get your list into Drip. So there's the import/bulk operations button here. If you go ahead and click that, and what we're going to do is perform a new bulk operation. And again, depending on how you're doing it, you could enter a list of email addresses, choose a segment of existing subscribers to do a bulk operation to, or you could upload a CSV. For most email providers, you will more than likely go into your old account, whether it's on MailChimp or Aweber, and generally you'll get a CSV to download with all your subscribers. I've actually done one here. This is what you get from MailChimp. And so what you might want to do is a little bit of tidying up first. So the key sections that Drip will actually pull in are going to be, I'll delete all of these because it's not going to take them. It's going to take the time zone, and it would also take the IP address if you had one, but it hasn't, so we're going to delete all of those. I'm not too fussed about having a last name. What I do want though is tags. And so tags is the way that you start to segment your audience. So in here you could put, I will put freelancing. So that's the way that you can start to segment. I'd segment by freelancing, productivity, marketing, but you could put various tags in there separated by a comma, and as you import that list, it would automatically add those tags to that particular person subscribing. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and import that particular CSV just to show you an example of it. So if we upload the CSV, example list, and you can see there we've got the columns that we actually put in earlier. So I'm going to treat the first row so that you can see that first row is actually the headers. So what we'll do is treat that as the first headers, and then we're going to put name as the first one, so that's the first name, second one as tags, and third one as time_zone. And so then that will then be, if you had a much larger list, it would do the same for all of the various subscribers that you have on your list. And then you can then go ahead, if you click Save Changes, just make sure any changes you have made have been saved, and then click Next. And then what action should we perform? And again, what you can do is you can perform a whole range of various automations and actions, but in this case we don't need anything to happen. I've automatically already set the tags that I want to set. You could, for example, if you were moving a subscriber list, you could create a campaign and start people on a campaign. So you could further down, so you could click send campaign. So this could be a new introduction campaign, just saying, look, I'm now using Drip, and just kind of maybe give them a bit of value so that they know why you've moved over and why you're still on their list. So, but again, in this case, don't need any actions to happen. So if we just click Next, and then again, you can schedule these. So again, if you wanted, for example, that campaign to go out next week, you could schedule it to happen in advance, perhaps next Monday, for example, if you're doing a big launch or something. But again, we're just doing a standard import list, so we'll schedule that operation immediately. And you can see that it's happening quite quickly there, and it should be quite instant because I've only got one subscriber, and you can see me there already. And so if I just click on that particular subscriber, so we can see the subscriber activity is nothing, but if we go to tags and custom fields, you'll see that first name is in there, and that I've already been tagged with freelancing. So again, that's the way that you could add lots and lots of automatic tags as soon as you're importing your new list. If you want to add more tags, you can just do that by just adding it by comma. So put freelancing, marketing, productivity, and that would just allow you to be able to just add multiple tags to each subscriber. You could do that individually, or you could do it by sections, just so that again, when you're importing your list into Drip, you're already creating various segments, which again is key to improving conversions from your email marketing. So that's how you can import your list. And just very quickly, I'll give you an overview of the main sections. So the campaign section, this is where you can set up those campaigns where maybe you've got 5 or 6 emails to go out, maybe part of a launch or part of a onboarding exercise for new clients. This is where you can set up multiple campaigns and multiple emails within each campaign. You'll get lots of analytics and information about each one, but that's where you can then just set up your general standard campaigns. Broadcasts are one-off emails. So these are one-off emails that you can send out scheduled or in advance or just live. These are the kind of one-off emails that you want to send, whereas the campaigns are collective groups of emails about a specific thing. Next, we've got the subscribers. So that's the section we've just been in, and this is where you can then really start to see the power of Drip, where you can filter by tags. And so rather than having 3 or 4 lists or 12 lists, as I often see happening, you can have one list and then just start to filter out and filter by tags that you've set over a period of time. And that's where real powerful segmentation can come in with Drip. The next section is forms. So this is where you can start to actually build your email list. And again, these are all opt-in forms which you can then place in and around your site. I'll just skip the automation and we'll go on to analytics. This is where you can start to look at conversions. So you can set specific actions that you want to happen and mark them as conversions. You can also do lots of split testing. So rather than having to set split testing when you're doing a campaign, you can actually set it afterwards, and you can do it over and over again to really make sure that those campaigns are converting really well. Then in the last tab, you've got all the reports that, again, this is where you can start to really dive down and drive into the analytics to find out what's going on, what's happening, why people aren't signing up, why people are, and really make the most of your email marketing. And so we'll just finally skip back to automation, because again, I know this is a popular part of Drip and why a lot of people do sign up. So this is where you can start to set up various workflow automations and rules to just make things happen automatically with your list. If someone clicks a link in your email, you can tag them with a particular tag so that then they get segmented into the right group. You can send automatic campaigns because someone's clicked a link. Perhaps you've sent an email with 4 or 5 links and you want each link to make a certain action happen. So if they click the first link, they're really interested in product 1, so you send them a specific campaign. If they click the second link and third link, they're interested in a different product, so you send them a different campaign. And that's where you can really start this power of automation, and based on the actions of the user and the subscriber, rather than just kind of hoping, oh, I hope they're interested because they're in that particular segment. You base it on what they're actually doing and their behaviors. And so again, one of the ways that you can start to do that is using these powerful workflows. These are awesome things. As soon as I saw them, I absolutely loved and fell in love with how simple it is to create quite advanced and complex workflows that can just work 24/7. So for example, we've got here, this is the standard one that's set up. So it's got submitted the entry form or submitted a landing page via lead pages, and then you can then send a marketing campaign. But perhaps after that marketing campaign, you want to do something different. For example, do they become a customer? So you could set a decision, and you set yes or no, and you could set the tag. Have they been tagged with customer? So if they have been tagged with a customer, that suggests yes, they are a customer. So then you can then send them a different campaign. So you could send them a one-off email, and then let them exit that workflow. But for those who aren't customers yet, perhaps you want to do a bit more marketing. So you could then send a one-off email, update action, and then you could then do another decision. Perhaps that's a really sales pitchy email because you've further up you've had a campaign where you're adding lots of value, and if they haven't seen the value through that campaign and become a customer, you then want to go, right, I'm going to have a real marketing email to kind of try and push them towards being a customer. So then at that point you can then do the decision. Again, you can then set it, are they tagged with customer? Because again, you can set it if that's what you're actually determining as success. So if someone signs up for a product or a course, you can then say, yep, when they sign up for that course, tag them with customer in Drip. That will then automatically add them into this workflow and update them based on where they are. So again, subscriber is tagged with customer, yes, that's fine. You could then just let them go to the actual exit this workflow, or perhaps you could send them a one-off email as you do when on that first subscribe with tag email decision. But then again, what you could then do, if they're not actually tagged with the customer, again, it suggests that they haven't gone ahead and bought. And what you could do at that point is perhaps send them a campaign for a different product. So you've sent them one campaign. So we'll just choose a marketing campaign there. Update action. So you've sent them a marketing campaign talking about, let's say, product 1, and they haven't gone ahead and bought. So then you've sent them a sales email that's kind of, converts really well if that person is in the right place for that particular product. And if they're not still a customer, then it suggests maybe actually, yes, they're interested in that area, but they're not ready to buy your particular product. So what you could then do is send them a different campaign. And that's where you can then start to, based on the user's behavior and the user's actions, rather than just saying, I'm going to send 5 emails and hope that they buy, and just kind of accept that some people will, some people won't. Every time that a user or a subscriber doesn't take the action that you want, you can then set up an alternative. So if they don't sign up to your webinar, you can offer them something else. If they don't sign up to your email list, you could offer them something else. If they don't sign up for that product, you could offer them something else. And it's that automation that is based on their behaviors rather than just kind of that shotgun approach of I'll just blast an email marketing and hope some people buy. This is a much more strategic and automated way of marketing. And so that's just a very basic idea about Drip, about the marketing automation. There's tons more. If you actually watch the video above this one on my introduction to Drip page, there's actually, I go through some of the key features which I love in Drip and some of the ones that most people when they first sign up want to get started with straight away. So if you go ahead and watch that, or if you want some more advice, support and inspiration about marketing or freelancing, please check out my website paulbassey.com.